Do you have any favorite questions? Ones that you've just really either enjoyed answering or have been really difficult to answer and kind of challenged you to come up with a good solution?
Once I had a kid write me, and kids have distinctive handwriting. It's like misspelled words and like weird looking characters. Why isn't there an island called Monster Island? That was just a really good question. I got one once who wrote me, do you think I will marry Nick Jonas? Because I think I will. Of course, I have no idea who Nick Jonas is. If you're a teenage girl, apparently he's a big pop singer. So I wrote, well, one day when you're 36, you'll meet Nick Jonas at a party and you'll think how foolish you were to have a crush on him. And she wrote back. She said, well, I think you're wrong. I think I will marry Nick Jonas because I read an article in which he told about his favorite girlfriend and he described me. So I wrote on the back, well, I guess if you're serious about this, you'll have to move to Hollywood or New York City, get involved in the music industry, and do your best to network and meet him. Good luck to you.
You know, one day if she's 36 at a party, she's going to be like, wow, that guy was right.
Yeah.
There's Nick Jonas.
Or maybe she'll be married to Nick Jonas, you know, maybe she'll come back to haunt me, you know. The most sort of favorite common question I get is, what is the meaning of life? Because I can say almost anything in response to that. You know, personally, I'm an atheist, so I'm secular. I don't write answers where I talk about, you know, religion really, unless I'm asked about religion. But what is the meaning of life is a religious question. And I think it comes down to, why do I feel bad that I am not given a meaning of life by God? And my answer is this, you know, we have a lot of animal instincts. And animals are good at the macroscopic world. If you drop an apple, it falls. But the moon doesn't fall. Why doesn't the moon fall? It's like a big mystery. It creeps us out. Well, as modern humans, we know why the moon doesn't fall. And by thinking about it over, you know, centuries, I guess, 3 or 4 centuries since we figured this out, we have come to terms with it. And the moon doesn't freak us out anymore. But the moon used to freak people out. And in a similar way, you know, why do we not feel like the meaning in life? Well, the animals never had to deal with that. It's not part of the animal world. It's like, you know, quantum dynamics. There was no chimpanzee or quantum interaction, really. So the chimpanzees haven't got a feeling for quantum interactions, and that's why they seem so strange to us. So the meaning of life, like, sure, I feel like there should be some meaning to life. But that doesn't make it true. You know, who put my feelings in charge of the truth of the universe? Nobody, right? So, just like my feelings want to eat a whole bag of Oreos or want to love the wrong person, my feelings are just misguiding me. You know, maybe there is no meaning to life, except the meaning that we choose to add by building our own purpose. And isn't that better? I mean, wouldn't it be kind of freaky if there was some higher power who assigned us some kind of homework and then didn't tell us what it was, leaving us freaked out for our entire lives? Or who told us what it was and then we had to basically do what the big guy said to do, regardless of our own free will and desires. Being free to make your own purpose in life, I think, is better, because you can define what it is that you're passionate about, so that what you choose to dedicate your life to is what inspires you and makes you happy and fulfilled.
So, I love your philosophy and I love your answers, but what makes you feel like you're qualified to answer questions like this?
Well, I've made a lot of mistakes in life, but I managed to emerge in a pretty happy and secure life. So I must have learned something to emerge from all that. But also, you know, even if I wasn't qualified to begin with, now that I've answered 7,000 questions and people seem to like it, I'm qualified now. So I think it speaks to itself. But here's a more serious answer to what you're saying. I think that even if people were never to read my answers, just the fact that they care enough to define their question in writing, you know, ask for help, admit they need help, just that, I think, is good to people. And being able to see this whole art installation with the questions about life, it inspires people, both to think about their own lives, but also to realize they aren't alone in having questions. Now, if my answers to questions happen to help, great. But I don't need to have like rocket science genius levels of answering questions to help people. Now, that being said, I am told quite often that I do pretty well. I get mostly like, yes, this is awesome. I get about 1 marriage offer a week. So far, not in person, just like in writing. I get lots of offers to date. So far, again, no response when I say, sure, write me. Just no response to that. But, you know, sooner or later, I'm sure that'll work out too. But yeah, people seem to like it. And the ones who do complain about it have like various reasons. They don't just like target in on like one crazy thing that I've done that maybe they're right about. They're just diverse, you know, kinds of criticisms that don't really congeal into any kind of even minority consensus.
There's like a definite comfort in seeing other people having the same big questions as you.
Sure.
Just wondering the same things. It's kind of nice.
I think if Madonna, the singer, not the Virgin, if Madonna can be like the most successful person of the ages, right? Just rich and talented and brilliant, but she can go through a divorce, maybe it's okay for me to screw up occasionally too, you know? The best, most talented people like the Bill Clintons or the George Bushes of our world, if they screw up, maybe I can forgive myself for screwing up, get past the embarrassment emotionally, and just fix it. Don't fixate on it, fix it. Just invented that.
That's good.
It's trademarked. You can't use that now. TM, there you go.
There you go. I don't know how to make it. There you go. I really like that. Don't fixate on it, fix it.
Don't fixate. Fix it.
That's very good. If you were me, what would you ask you?
Gee, I would say, I'm sorry that I haven't given you that $50 that you borrowed. When would you like me to give it to you? How about now? You want to ask that question?
I don't know if it's...
That would of course be totally false. I haven't loaned you any money. I've certainly fleshed out my philosophy about life. You know, people ask me questions like, I'm in love with 2 boys at the same time, what should I do? And personally, I don't really see anything wrong with simply keeping it open and just dating both the boys. You know, why does it have to be one or the other? It kind of falls into this area of human traditions that don't make you happy. I mean, if even Rush Limbaugh can't stay off drugs, and even the most famous conservative politicians can't stay off mistresses, there's got to be something to, you know, just that these things are desired by people. And I guess it comes down to, is something wrong about that? I think that there are some negative sides to drug use, but is there a negative side to loving people? Well, if you're cheating on someone, sure, because cheating involves a kind of lying. But in an open relationship, you aren't lying. One of my other hobbies is this blog on events. I've been doing it now for 4 years. I haven't missed a week yet, so that's 200 posts on what's happening in New England. I started this blog because I would go out on a date or go out with friends, and when you go to the museum, you kind of have to be quiet, and there are a lot of distractions. If you go to the movies or the theater or see live music, what you're basically doing is you're sitting next to the person you want to talk with, not talking with them. So I thought, where are the interactive things? Where are the festivals? You know, where are the haunted houses? Where is the fireworks? Where are the outdoor concerts? Where are the historical reenactments? And there is not a good list of these things. So instead of waiting for promoters to contact me, I keep a list of 2,000 annual events in New England. And whenever, say, the month of October comes around, I look to last year's October, I see what's happening, and if their websites aren't going, I call them all. So if you want to know where to go to see fireworks, where to go to see a Lego festival, or a ferret festival, or a Renaissance fair that's not the big one that people know about, but like smaller Renaissance fairs, I know all that stuff. I'm motivated because it's just so cool, you know. Why isn't there a list of all the haunted houses to visit? Why isn't there a better list of all the outdoor summer concert series? Someone's got to list this stuff.
What is it? What is that? What is the website of your blog?
Yeah, what's the website?
Yeah, the website is weirdbostonevents.org.